Hello there, welcome to video number 127. This video is on conversion, and this time it's on compound measures. Keywords here are compound measures and conversion. Now, compound measures are when two units have been stuck together for a particular thing, and a conversion is when you change from one thing to another. The compound measures that we're talking about here are speed, density, and pressure. Now, I've given you two separate videos, one where I explain how to calculate speeds and distance and time, and then another video where I've shown you how to calculate density and pressure, okay, from the particular compound measure formula triangles that we get given or have to remember. You may well need to convert both the units to get the desired answer to your problem. That all depends what you've been given and what you want to find out, all right? And to convert, you'll need to know the metric conversions and the curve conversions between units of time. That's for if you want to work out a compound measure conversion for speed. You're going to need to know the area conversions, all right, and the area conversions relates to pressure, force, area questions, and the volume conversion rate is referring to the density, mass, volume problems, all right. Now, these could be at the end of, this could be something that you have to work out at the end of a more difficult problem that would be worth maybe 1 or 2 extra marks to get it in the correct units. It's unlikely to be a question that's in its own right, but it could be. So I've done a video on it, and hopefully you'll understand what you need to do in this particular one. So first of all, we're going to deal with speed, the compound measure of speed. All right. Now, this first speed in A is measured in meters per second. M/s means meters per second. 35 meters per second. Right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do this one in stages. All right. We're going to multiply first of all by 60 because we're going to get it in meters per minute. Right. So if I multiply by 60, 35 times by 60 is equal to 2,100 meters per minute. That's the first thing that you can do, right? Now, there are 60 minutes in an hour, so 60 minutes in an hour, we're just going to multiply by 60 again, and then we're going to turn our units into 126,000, I think it was 126,000 meters per hour, right? That's good, but we need it in kilometers per hour. So how many meters are there in a kilometer? There are 1,000, so we need to divide by 1,000. All right, there you go, 126. So that's 126 kmph, right? Pretty quick. So what do we do to get from here to here? We multiplied by 60. What do we do to get from here to here? We multiplied by 60. And what do we do to get from here to here? We divide by 1,000. That will always work. All right, to get from meters per second to kilometers an hour. And if you wanted to get to miles an hour, they'd tell you that the conversion rate you need to divide by 1.6. And you get it in miles an hour then. All right, and that might be something you have to do. Probably not though. So there you go. Right, now we could get this bit done quickly. We could jump straight from here to here by multiplying by 60 times 60, which is 3,600. Right, so you could do it in 2 steps. Right. But there you go. I'm just going to get rid of that, all right, so you can see what I'm doing for the next question. Right, the next question we've got meters per second again. So let's use our quicker way of getting there. Not write anything down. 0.6 is the starting point, meters per second. Multiply it by 3,600. That's 60 times 60. And that gives us how many meters per hour it is. And then we're going to divide by 1,000. So we want it in kilometers now. And that's going to be 54 over 25, or 2.16 kmph. All right, not that quick. Now, this one, little tricky one I've just chucked in here. This meters per hour, it's already in meters per hour. Right, so 5 meters per hour. You might not have noticed that. You might have noticed that. So what was the last step that we needed to do there? When we got that one into meters per hour, all we had to do was divide by 1,000. So that's all we actually have to do for this question here. All right, so 5 divided by 1,000 is equal to 1/200. 5 to the power of 5 times 10 to the power of minus 3. All right, so 5, 1, 2, 3, 0.005. All right, and that would be in the units of kilometers per hour. Pretty slow. All right, so each question we've got a bit slower. So that's that. Right, now we're moving on to conversions where we need to understand area and how area is, how the conversion rate between areas. All right, so we've got to change the following pressures into newtons per meter squared. We've got them in newtons per centimeter squared and newtons per millimeter squared, right, in the two questions. So let's deal with the first one, obviously, first. Now, the conversion rate between centimeter squared and meter squared, and I've done a separate video on this. There are 10,000 centimeters squared in 1 meter squared. All right, so what we're going to do with our answer is we're going to multiply by 10,000. All right, so 2 multiplied by 10,000. I think I put an extra 0 on there, didn't mean to. 10,000, yeah, there you go, is equal to, and then that's going to be 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. That's just a nice way of doing that, isn't it? That's that, right? This one's a little bit more complicated because we're starting with 0.5 newtons per millimeter squared. We need to know the conversion rate between millimeters squared and centimeters squared, and then centimeters squared into meters squared. Well, we've got the centimeters squared and the meter squared up here already. So there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. I've done this in a separate video, like I mentioned already. So there are 100 millimeters squared in 1 centimeter squared, right? So what we're going to do is multiply by 100 first of all. So 0.5 multiplied by 100. That's going to be boom, boom, 2 spaces, 50. And then 50 multiplies by the 10,000. And that's going to give us 5 times 1, which is 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be in meters, newtons per meter squared. I didn't put the units there, did I? I apologize. Right, so nothing happened to the newtons in these instances because it wouldn't do. You wouldn't have to worry about that one changing, right? There you go. There's the answers to that, and it was useful to know these conversions, right? If you don't know those conversions, go back and watch the conversions between area and volumes video, right? And you need to know that for the third and final question in this video as well. Change the following densities into kilograms per meter cubed. So we're going to use the same sort of method as what we were doing here for speeds. We've got 30,000 grams per centimeter cubed. We want it in kilograms per meter cubed. So first of all, we need to know the conversion rate here between centimeters cubed and meters cubed. So the conversion rate, there are 1 million. So that's 1 and 6 zeros, centimeters cubed is equal to 1 meter cubed, right? So we're going to take our answer, I'm going to multiply by a million. Basically just add 6 zeros on. All right, so 3 multiplied by 1 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is equal to 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we need to put in the 1, 2, 3, 4 extra zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm not even sure what number that is. 6 and 4, I can't, that's 30 billion, maybe, yeah, something like that. So there you go, you've got that massive number, right? And all we need to do now is divide by the 1,000, because there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so we're going to divide by 1,000. So just put divide by 1,000 underneath it, because I can't be bothered to write it again. And then 1, 2, 3 zeros come off, so 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there was 10. So 7 zeros, and that's going to be our answer in kilograms per meter cubed. All right, so quite a large number still. And the same thing that we've got to do for the last question. Nothing different there. Multiply by a million, first of all. So 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, and then divide by 1,000. 1, 2, 3 come off. So 4, 5, 3 zeros. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. All right, and that's kilograms per meter cubed. All right, hope that's made sense. It's pretty tricky. I know it's probably unlikely you'll be asked anything to do with question 2 and 3 in an exam paper, but it's something that's possible, could turn up. I mean, they do chuck in the odd surprise question every now and again, but most definitely understand how to convert your speeds from meters per second into kilometers an hour. That's really, really useful. skill. Hope you've enjoyed watching that video. I hate doing these sorts of things. Not one of my favourite maths things to do, but there we go. It's got to be done. All right, you guys have got to know how to do it. So hopefully you'll practice by clicking the link in the description. You'll tell people how wonderful that you are finding watching these videos, and you'll share it about. And yeah, and everybody will be happy. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. Look after each other. Bye bye.